When I was growing up, when I was a child, up until actually the point I came to England, the recommendation for all diabetics in Lebanon was that you would have to limit your carbohydrates. I mean, sugar was, my mother was given, when I was very, very young, my mother was given a sheet of paper and it had 3 groups in it, 3 columns. The green column was all the foods I could eat, and it included eggs and low carbohydrate vegetables, meats, like salads, cucumbers were all in that group. And in the red group was sugar and cakes and that sort of stuff. And like Coca-Cola, for example, was in the 3rd group. In the red group, absolute no. And in the middle group, we had what we call complex carbohydrates, like lentils and chickpeas and that sort of thing. So so you could have these, but in kind of limited quantities. And this is it was actually the low carbohydrate diet. That is what we now know as the low carbohydrate diet. It wasn't called low carbohydrate diet then. It was just a diet for diabetics. And I wish they stuck with that all over the world. But then everything flipped. When I came to Britain, it was just the time when rapid-acting insulin had come to the market. Rapid-acting insulin, as opposed to all the previous types of insulins, which reached their peak over maybe 6 hours, 8 hours, would reach their peak at the 12th hour, for example. Rapid-acting insulins would reach their peak anywhere from 30 minutes to 2 hours. And so then with those on the market, the recommendation changed. And we were then told, because my first diabetes clinic in the UK, I remember I left the clinic totally shocked at not my new findings, but shocked at the idea that I must have received wrong or false advice all throughout my childhood. That was the part I was shocked about, because I just totally believed what the diabetes nurse and the endocrinologist were telling me. They were telling me, you don't have to limit anything. There is nothing. Just because you're diabetic doesn't mean you can't eat all the foods that other people are eating. I mean, I would tell them, duh, I don't have a working pancreas. I mean, how can you tell me I can eat the same foods and get away with it? I don't have a functioning pancreas. Actually, one function of my pancreas, the insulin part, isn't working. I would have to manually inject insulin to meet the blood sugar rise from the pizza and the pasta, and to get those two to make my insulin sort of peak match my blood sugar rise exactly at the same point is virtually impossible. They never told me that. They gave me rapid-acting insulin. They told me to go and eat all the carbohydrates, fast, quick-acting carbohydrates like bread and fruits and basically anything I wanted, and just inject insulin. And I struggled with that. My HbA1c rose to dangerously high levels.